Well, I'll tell you what, before that, what we saw in Kyle was a quarterback, to your point, who has experience. He has played. He's been on multiple teams, different systems. He's very smart. What I loved about the tape that we saw, he made good decisions with the ball. He managed very well. You can tell he was operating within whatever offense that he was in, and just has a good grasp on how to play at this level and has for a while. In our room, again, I think we've talked about it before, being a resource for Jared. Always being ready. That's at the top of the list if necessary. But being a good resource for Jared, another set of eyes. Once again, year 5, we have another good room where we've got obviously we have Jared, we've got Hendon, and we've got Kyle, and they all work very well together. We're finding that out this off season, and there's a good synergy in that room. And even today, we're watching tape, and Kyle was kind of coaching Hendon a little bit and talking a little bit. So I'm really pleased with what I see with Kyle. He's going to be a huge asset for us, and we're glad to have him. Oh, no, it's great. Competition's great all around. And, that 2 spot is open. So it's good. Nothing is given to you in this league. You've got to earn it. And once again, Hendon finds himself in a position where he's going to have to earn that 2nd spot. And it starts now. And it's preseason, but it's our OTAs. It's any time we're on the field. It's all of that, and he's off to a very good start, which is good. He's getting better. It's obviously having a grasp of our offense, being able to manage that, getting in and out of the huddle. We do have some new concepts in the passing game, some things we're doing a little different. Understanding, the intent of every passing play, and understanding our protections really well. And then when we get to the OTAs, we're on the field, we're competing against our defense, just being able to execute, making good decisions with the ball, taking care of the ball, no turnovers. But also specifically, and really what I look forward is just being really good with your fundamentals. And then preseason, obviously, once we get out in the games, and then maybe we have an opportunity to compete against other teams, in practice, moving the ball, moving your team, executing, playing at a high level. So all of those things that I think you guys all know, which you guys see it, and that's going to be critical for all the guys, and no different for Jared. And obviously, whatever his plan is for preseason is probably very similar to what we've had in previous years. When you're out in the field, we expect you to move the ball, and at the top of the list, make good decisions with that ball, being on time, being accurate, getting us in and out of the right play, getting out of the huddle, understanding what we're trying to accomplish, and that's going to be important for all the guys.
You said some new passing concepts. Do you think any changes would be mostly subtle as opposed to dramatic?
I don't think you'll notice them. Okay. Yes, I mean we know what we do well. We know what our quarterback is comfortable with, what he likes. We know what our players are comfortable with, what they like. We had a pretty good offense last year, and so while we might tweak a few things, add a few things, take away a few things, it's going to look the same, in my opinion. But we're just trying to give our playmakers the opportunity to play at a very high level, and with our quarterback, we're able to do that. He has some weapons, and so utilizing those weapons and putting them in a position to succeed, creating some matchups where they can just play. It really just do what they have been doing. We want to continue to do that, but it takes a lot of work, of course. We've got 50 quarterbacks on the coaching staff now, which is great, which I love. All real good guys, and you guys have been around. You see that if there's one thing that pops is we've got some guys that played the position, and for me as a player going back decades ago, the guys that played. That I was able to be coached by, there was a connection there that meant a lot to me. I had some quarterback coaches that played for a long time, Bill Musgrave, Ken Anderson, Matt Cavanaugh, guys that were actually in the thick of it and had some success in this league. And so when they tell me this, I'm like, okay, well, he's done that before. He's been in, he knows what he's talking about. And so I think just not for the quarterback position, but for all the positions that I think that goes a long way. And I'm not saying that if you didn't play in the NFL that you can't be a very good coach. We added Tyler Roll the guy's unbelievable. I mean, you talk about details and passion and communication and being a good teacher, man. He just burst on the scene here, and he's been incredible for us. But I think we have a very good staff. The guys that we added, John Morton was here before, and we added Choice. He's incredible. You talk about energy, passion. I mean, you just give it a couple minutes, you're going to hear him yelling something, in the building, he's going to be a really good coach for us. So we're thrilled. Dan did a very good job once again of bringing in guys that know what they're doing. Good teachers, good people, good communicators, and then a few guys got a little experience too. It's a new opportunity for him, a new year, another year of growth. Remember, what is this, 3? He's a puppy. I mean, he's still young, and there's some things that we got to work on. But what other, that's the same case for every other young guy that's going into his 3rd season. There's a lot of things to work on. Just being around Kyle as well, there's things that we got to work on with him. There's things that Jared needs to work on. So Hendon's no different than the other guys. There's areas that you have to focus on. And but he's doing an excellent job, and every year he is just going to get better. And we've already seen it just in the couple of weeks that we've been on the field. He's throwing the ball better, his footwork is better, and he understands our concepts. And so this has been really good for him. And as we go, the kid, because of his focus and his attitude and his work ethic, he's naturally just going to become a better quarterback. And when he gets out there in preseason, I imagine he's going to get a lot of reps. You'll see a better version of him than you did last year, and I'm excited about that. I'm really pleased with Hendon. Listen, there's very little left for Jared to accomplish, other than a Super Bowl championship. He's been in the Pro Bowl, and he's one of the best in the business right now. But he's in pursuit of winning a championship. That is what drives him, and he understands full well, which I love about him, that what you do in May has everything to do with what happens in February, and not just him, but being the leader of this team and getting on the same page with the other guys that he's been with for a while, all the positions on the offense, and just being our leader, the franchise quarterback. He understands that you have a window, and however long this window is open, we don't know, but we know we have this year. And so he is very much in pursuit of us being the best team in the NFL. A lot of the veterans, in extra preseason games, but for the quarterback position, I mean, I love it. I love it that Hendon and Kyle will be getting more reps, more game time, and so it allows you to evaluate more. It allows those guys to have more opportunities to move the team, so I'm thrilled about that. That'll be really good for us. And then, of course, practicing against whoever we practice against, and those are valuable as well. And that's where Jared gets the bulk of his training camp work right there. That's really good. Not to mention just the practices. Coach Campbell will have some tough practices in there, and we'll grind those veterans, which is really good for us. And I think it has everything to do with why we have been such a physical team, and why once the season starts, man, we're ready to go. Coach Campbell does a very good job of getting us ready for the season, and so that's always been really good for us, and I'm sure that will continue.